The fiery figure that stands before you nearly defies description. He's fire given form, but despite the hot air that radiates from him, there's something decidedly chill about his entire being.
Hey, what up, hot stuff? It's about time we sparked up a conversation. I'm Dante, the fireplace. Sure, we just met, but you can think of me as an old flame. Of course, the hearth is the heart of the home. I see what you're doing. Kinda get me fired up, too. Nah, not like that, little freaky-deaky indoor dork. Fired up to teach, and you need my help. You got as much game as an abandoned Toys R Us. But it's all good, because I've been waiting for the perfect student. Yup, if you really want to up the ante in this love hunt, you need to work on your pickup lines. Yup. It's not always going to be so easy as firing up those specs and talking someone's ear off. Be it love, friendship, or hatred, the sizzling art of the pickup is all you need. I'm the master, and you're the perfect human to pass the torch to. Hell yeah, just look at you. You're the exact right amount of smooth and rough around the edges. Like a piece, but right now, you're also kind of a soggy stump. I can make you crispy, baby. My point is that with my help, you got a chance to burn bright. But if you don't learn how to take the first step by talking to someone, you won't ever light the flame. No sweat, hot stuff. I think it's time we start the first lesson. If you can handle the heat, that is. Oh, seems like somebody's fired up. Tell you what, let's start with some punny pickup lines. See what I'm working with here. So what do you think? You up for it? Seems like you're already getting the hang of this. All right, how about this? What up, hottie? Got a light? Because I think you just might be my perfect match. Huh? What'd you think? What? No. No way, homie. Your boy Dante is burning bright. So, what do you think's wrong with my pickup line? Okay, so what would you change it to? Yeah! Not too bad. Kind of fun, kind of sexy. I like it. I mean, hey, it was decent, but truth be told, even though I said I liked them, pickup lines aren't always the best way to somebody's heart. You see, that was all a trick question, or a lesson, I guess. I was just trying to show you that pickup lines can be corny and fun, but not always the perfect opener. Now you're getting it. Tell you what, I'm gonna teach you how to make connections in a deeper way. And your first real lesson in the art of the pickup isn't about some magic one-liner. You're gonna learn how to open the gates of someone's heart, get to know their soul, you know? You ride with me and you're gonna learn how to be smooth, but in a sensitive way. I call this style the way of the flame. Think you can handle it? All right, I'll give you a day to cool off. See me later for our next lesson, you little firecracker. Later! Well. The enigmatic Ember returns for another lesson. You ready? Nice. We're gonna stick with getting to know you, but it's time for a new kind of icebreaker. As you might know, ice sucks, so we gotta break it. First off, what's the worst way to get someone's attention? Right! That's just an insincere and unsolicited form of selfish flattery. And for what? Someone who does that isn't trying to get to know you, they're just being a creep. So the real question is, how do you start a conversation with someone you don't know in a respectful way that also shows you might be interested in them and hopefully makes them interested in you? Tricky, right? That's what we're gonna explore today. You high-roading son of a gun. I'm trying to get you to peep some game and you keep bringing it back to how much better you are than I am? So, you got some S.P.E.C.S points, huh? You think that's what it's all about? Yeah, but it's not guaranteed you got that by finding your way into anyone's hearth. You could have got that by hurting everyone's feelings, too. Just choosing options that you have a high enough point value for whatever bullshit ain't the most important thing. It's about making a connection. All right, then. Now, where were we? Icebreakers. Right. Nothing can happen without a good icebreaker. And the icebreaker is observation and interest. Right. It might seem basic, but first you gotta notice them. But not just that. Can't be like, oh, they're hot, I'm gonna go talk to them. Nah, yo, you gotta really take them in. What's their demeanor? How do they look? Are they with someone? All that and more. Then, use the information you glean to guess what they might be interested in and lead with that. Aight. Say there's somebody you meet for the first time and they're wearing merch of a show or a game or a book, you know? What do? Maybe compliment them on it, right? But what could you immediately follow that compliment up with that's even better? That's a good one. Smile, gently ease into the topic, and you can build a great rapport with them really quickly. So, you learn about, or even better, share in their interest. Make them excited about it. Start that connection by talking with them about what brings them the most joy. What better way to build a friendship? The best relationships are built off of friendship. You wouldn't want to hook up with somebody without taking an interest in them at all, right? Dope. You get it then. You gotta communicate, you feel me? Let's go to phase 2. All right, so you made it past the icebreaker. Now you're vibing a little. They mentioned they're going to a concert of one of your favorite bands. What do you say next? That's what I'm talking about, playa. Keeping it nice and casual and taking an interest while showing interest. Smooth. If they say no and they don't really have any friends who are into this band, let them know you might be down to go if they want company. If they say yes, maybe just tell them you're stoked for them. Don't want to seem pushy or self-inviting. Get to know them before getting too personal. You know, build up to it. Maintain that good balance of digging somebody, learning about them, and gauging their boundaries. Oh, well, damn. Shoot. Fired up. Damn, then, well, as you could probably tell from our lessons, it's this idea of being sleazy or douchey. As much as I love, nobody owes anybody else a relationship. That's the big, you can say all the right things to somebody, but it means nothing unless you actually get to know them. It's the real jerks that don't bother with that and say whatever they can to get what they want. So, yeah, that's my biggest pet peeve, I guess. You're a good listener. Peace out, homie. What do you know? The little pickup embryo is back for another lesson. I hope you're ready for some more complex pickup strats. No way. We're about to up the difficulty level. Last time we worked on what do you do if you have mutual interests like a show or a band. But what about if you don't have a ton in common right away? How do you get to, what do we talk about? Interest and... Yes! Before you decide it's a boring tactic, just think about it. Sometimes small talk is a great fire starter. And look, I know not everybody is instinctually great at chit-chat, But like any great skill worth having, it requires attention and practice. So, let's say you were meeting me for the first time at a friend's party. What's stuff you can observe about things going on around us, or about the situation happening? Let's roleplay, shall we? I'll be me, and you be you. But you know what I mean. We're acting out the scenario. Okay, so I'm just standing around. Oops, oh man. Now we just happen to be standing next to each other, and we don't know each other at all. Aight, what are you gonna say? Oh, crap. I didn't think you'd go that boring. But whatever. The weather is totally valid, girly. Okay. Let me just, rearrange it in my mind. Yeah. Super nice out here, huh? Oh, no, homie. No. You're coming on a little too strong, too quick here. Plus, that's dangerously close to an improvised pickup line. Nothing worse. Remember, you're trying to be my friend at the start. Not get all horny on me. A little flirting is fine, but these lessons are about early interactions. I think we gotta refocus our efforts. We'll end the roleplay here, homie. So, anyway, before you go, any other non-dating advice questions you might want to ask about me? Fired up. I mean, who wouldn't want that warm, fuzzy feeling you get in your chest, you know? I want to be able to show humans that keeping someone warm physically is aight, but emotionally, that shit slaps. There's just something about being vulnerable and willing to devote everything to someone else. That's why I love love. That's what love does, baby. Makes you do sweet things and cheesy things too, for real. I guess that's why I like it so much. It's kind of like a fire. You can keep it controlled, but sometimes it just goes wild. And I like it both ways. Anyways, later. Liliette, my girl, ready for your penultimate lesson? Sick. Now, part of you must be wondering, Dante, we've already gone through pickup lines, interests, and observations. What other ways could there be to strike up a relationship? Well, shut your silly mouth, because of course there is. It's remembering that there's a difference between talking to a friend and talking to an acquaintance. Alright, take somebody you meet at a party, for instance. Maybe you work together, but in different departments. Or you have mutual friends, but you never hung out solo. Heck, maybe you even chatted before, have each other's socials and chat now and then, but you've only ever had a few interactions. Does that make you friends? Whew, all right, good. That's good that you know that. Sometimes others just automatically assume you're friends with somebody just off a few small interactions in real life or on socials. The parasocial paradox is real. Like, wanting to make friends is totally fine, right? But damn, nowadays there's objects that have whole dependencies on others who barely even know them. Kinda makes you think. Anyway, let's move on to the next part of the lesson. So, this begs the question, how do you go from being an acquaintance to friend, or maybe even beyond, to romance? Well, if you follow the way of the flame, it's all about investing in someone to understand them on a deeper level. Sure, you may have broken the ice, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm gonna teach you how to melt that sucker down. Alright, another hypothetical situation. Let's say this acquaintance is a mutual friend. He's like in your hobby group or whatever. You happen to have a meeting and you want to be closer friends with them. So you sit near them. A topic comes up that you don't have much knowledge about, but they're extremely passionate about it. What do? On the ball, showing that body language, that active interest. You may not understand everything about what they like, but you want to learn more because you're interested in what they have to say. And by extension, them. You're really getting the hang of this. All right, nice job. That concludes our lesson. This is really fun. Have you got any questions for me before we go? Fired up. Well, it's about actually making sure you build a friendship with a prospective partner. Humans are out here getting into situationships and they don't even think about actually accepting their partner for who they are. Like, no, you ain't gonna change a person to your whims just because you think they're hot and want them. You don't get to change how they are to suit you. Yeah, you need to be able to be vulnerable with your partner. Even though your attraction is often what leads us to talk to someone for the first time, it only goes so far. If you want a long-lasting relationship that is sexy and mutually fulfilling, it's about the personal trust you build with them based off your mutual friendship. That, to me, is the most important thing. You mean hearth? Thanks for the chat. I'll see you at the next lesson, huh? Hey, good timing, Emperor Nostradamus. It's time for your last lesson. I've taken you through the different stages of the pickup, from breaking the ice to building a friendship. Now, it's all about learning how to navigate taking the next step from friend to lover. But before that, there's something I want to ask you, and your answer determines where we go from here. Why have you been coming to me for lessons all this time? Hell yeah, I'm glad. It's been awesome getting to know you too. This will be the final lesson. And if that's right, you're gonna have to use all your new skills to learn how to make friends with me. And who knows? Maybe that'll kindle something even hotter. Ready? All right then, let me set the scene for you. We're in this house together. It's kind of magical. You just found me hanging around and you talked to me for the very first time. Go. Oh, why thank you. It's pretty old, actually. Oh, you know what? I actually do. Maybe we can go sometime. Yeah, it's just... Truthfully, I'm kind of tired of this shit. I know. It's just that... I really don't know what I should be expecting from you. At least from this, anyway. Like, damn, you're literally showing me exactly what I've taught you, but it's kind of meaningless in its weird-ass roleplay scenario. I'm not feeling anything like when we're casually talking. I'm actually interested in you, and all you can do is theorize about what to do instead of actually doing it. It's like I don't know the first thing about true love, only pedagogical pickups. I'm a big flaming fraud! Really? I mean, I'll tell you what I imagine. Love is supposed to make you feel warm and safe in the knowledge that somebody cares about you. And here I am. I'm giving out this advice because I want to make sure other people are able to find love, but it's so hard when I've never even really had it for myself. Maybe it's just who I am. I give out a lot more warmth than people sometimes give me. Basic shit, you know? Being attentive, being interested in what I'm about and what I'm into, and like, Oh, I see. You're doing exactly that. Damn, like you really have been listening to what I've been saying. You've been interested in what I've been talking about. You've been asking me questions, observing me, sharing interests, and respecting the boundaries of our student-teacher acquaintance. Holy shit! The pupil has become the master. Thank you. I think we're really building a bond here. You're a wonderful friend. And dare I say it, maybe something more? Why don't you come kiss me and we'll find out?
Dante leans in, pressing his lips to yours in a red-hot kiss. You wish you could stay in this moment forever, but...
Are you okay? You know it.